welcome back everyone, Toy Shiz here, and we are back yet again for another McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse video. Today we're going to be talking about several upcoming pre-orders. You will be able to pre-order these in just a little bit. As always, I will have my affiliate pre-order links down in the description below. Now, where exactly these will go live kind of remains to be seen. But rest assured, places like GameStop and Walmart will at least have one of them. So that's good news. But it has kind of become a thing with recent McFarlane DC Multiverse releases. You never really know what store's getting what. The whole Red Platinum thing has gone out of control. And yeah, everyone is kind of either for the Superman movie stuff, or you got a Hawkgirl kind of spliced in there, and the Red Lantern Guy Gardner, and yeah, I haven't found any of them at Walmart yet. My Walmart has been lacking. But as I said, if you are needing anything in this video, yes, the affiliate pre-order links will be down in the description below. Thank you as always for using my links. It helps my channel to grow. And with that being said, here is our very first DC Multiverse offering, a 2-pack featuring the Red Merciless and the Batman Who Laughs. This does absolutely nothing for me. Now, I'll admit, back in the day, when they were first starting to do the Batman Who Laughs with that first wave, I was like, oh, heck yeah, this is going to be awesome, cannot wait. And then the whole dark multiverse thing, like, really fizzled out, and really fizzled quick. And that's not to say that these figures don't look good. Don't get me wrong on that. But as far as my interest for these go, it's largely at a standstill. The Red Merciless, the blue one, was fine. I like the extra head portrait now with the older gray hair and everything. The beard, it's fine. It looks cool. The Batman Who Laughs looks pretty awesome as well. But here's the thing. With all these new parts and pieces and such, and it's going to be one of those conversations where I would have much preferred the tooling go to other figures, especially, let's say, ones in these videos that would have added to this figure incredibly instead of, yeah, I guess these are cool. I don't know many people that are still into the Dark Multiverse. I know there are some of you still out there, and I totally get it, but yeah, this one is just kind of lackluster. So this will be a GameStop/Walmart exclusive. It's a shared exclusive as to whether or not these will go in stores. Walmart will say that's a coin toss. GameStop usually. And GameStop is actually my favorite go-to place now for everything DC Multiverse. My local GameStop gets everything in, and it's amazing. But on the flip side of that, my local Target and Walmart don't get diddly. So yeah, thank goodness for GameStop, which I've never thought I'd ever utter those words. The Merciless and the Batman Who Laughs. Merciless comes with an extra head portrait / the mask look and the giant sword. And then you just have the Batman Who Laughs, which he is all done up. He looks all nice and ready to go, so that's cool. The one thing that really does stand out to me is the base. It's the Dark Knight's metal base. And I gotta say, it looks pretty ginormous. We'll say that. Maybe ginormous enough to fit all your prior release Dark Knight's metal figures, all the monstrous versions of Batman from the Dark Multiverse. I would be interested in that just as a display piece, so we'll have to see how that goes. But here they all are, packaged up, ready to go, the Red Merciless and the fancy Batman Who Laughs. Walmart and GameStop for the affiliate links down in the description below. Grab them now if you need them. And now moving on to the Page Punchers line, of which we'll kind of talk about this because as they were revealed at WonderCon and everything kind of feels displaced a little bit. So we'll do our best here to kind of break it down. First and foremost is the first appearance of Wonder Woman. Now, if you missed the prior released comic book Wonder Woman, the one and only comic book Wonder Woman for whatever reason, we have gotten other iterations of Wonder Woman, a ton, in fact, but the one that really matters was the one that was really hard to come by, and I really wish that they would have reissued her. What is going on with that one? But this first appearance Wonder Woman will go nicely with your Fleischer Superman, Silver Age Batman, things like that. So she's a great looking Wonder Woman. I can't honestly say it was executed very well. It's kind of in the legs and such, but we'll have to kind of see once she's in hand. It doesn't really do much for the photos, and I've said this ever since we've covered DC Multiverse here, is that the photos never really do these figures justice. Sometimes things are a little bit off, sometimes they switch stuff, sometimes it's just better painted once you have it in hand, so it all remains to be seen. This first appearance, Wonder Woman, I like the head portrait. I like the colors that she has going on. For the most part, it's pretty comic book accurate. I would have liked, we'll say, maybe a lighter blue for the dress that she has going on. But other than that, yeah, that looks pretty darn cool. And I like the stand right here. It says DC. It's a nice touch. They got that original cool bullet logo going on. The hands aren't too shabby, but here's the thing. Where's the lasso, right? Isn't that like a mainstay for Wonder Woman? She even has it in the card. That's kind of a weird accessory to drop for a character like Wonder Woman. I suppose you could always get a piece of yellow string and do it yourself, which is pretty much every single lasso that's come with a Wonder Woman in recent memory, but it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird. And you'll see that into the next figure that we're going to be talking about here. So here she is, all packaged up, ready to go. The first appearance Wonder Woman from DC Direct / McFarlane Toys. So if you want her, the pre-order link will be down in the description below. Now, in terms of the red platinum for Wonder Woman, just to kind of explain this, when they initially showed this wave at WonderCon, McFarlane Toys showed Wonder Woman, first appearance, Superboy, which we'll be talking about in just a second, and Mr. Bones from Infinity Inc. Mr. Bones, unless something changes, will most likely be the next wave, just an FYI. Mr. Bones is an interesting character, kind of an anti-hero / hero / whatever they're really doing with him now. If you're wondering why they picked this character, he's cool, and, well, yeah, he was partially created by Todd McFarlane, which I'm getting it's on the tip of my tongue. It's making me think of some character in a costume with a giant red cape that this totally reminds me of. Oh, by the way, I would love to have Mr. Bones with the cybernetic leg after he got it chomped off. That would have been really cool. And I didn't even know this in doing research. In the Stargirl television show on the CW, Mr. Bones was on there, although he was Director Bones, so a little bit of a differentiation on the character. But like I said, rest assured, Mr. Bones is coming, but it's going to be a 2-character wave so far. But the red platinum for Wonder Woman is going to be Steve Trevor. So yes, there will be 3 characters, as they usually do with the Page Punchers line, is maybe 2, 3, 4 characters. Kind of just depends. And yes, there will be a platinum for Superboy, but more on that in just a second. Steve Trevor looks pretty cool. I gotta say, I wasn't asking for Steve Trevor. I can't think of many people that were, but he looks pretty darn cool. And after seeing this now, this is kind of like a first appearance Steve Trevor, which will go really well with your first appearance Wonder Woman. So I like that they're kind of like a mirror image of one another, and I like that dichotomy. That is pretty darn cool. So as to what exactly Steve Trevor comes with, kind of remains to be seen. Hopefully he's got one of those pew-pews, you know what I'm saying? But let's just say red platinum, Steve Trevor, Wonder Woman, the usual. And then as we move on, we have Superboy. Superboy complete with everything you see. God dang it. And a lot of you out there, when I pointed this out, thought, well, wait, maybe, just maybe, he will include these accessories. Maybe they didn't show them. But let me just reassure you all out there, after doing this for 9 years, what I say matters. And I'm never going to just say things for the sake of clickable baits, okay? When I say things and I go, well, just so you know, or maybe, it basically means this is what's happening. But it's kind of in a tongue-in-cheek sort of way, because believe it or not, yes, things do change later down the road, but for the most part, I'm not going to just say whatever for the sake of, ooh, leaks, spoilers, that kind of thing. So that's not what you're going to find here on my channel. And for those of you out there that continue to tune into these videos, thank you so much. I very much appreciate you being here. With that being said, the jacket and the glass look is integral to what I think everybody thinks of the 90s Superboy. But just to kind of break this down, for the most part, they got the costume right. He's got the blues, the reds, the S shields, the various yellow belts, the black bands, whatever it really was that was attached to him, depending on the artist who drew him. They got the really weird, wonky glove situations with little tufts of the glove. They even gave him the gold earring. So that's pretty cool. And for the most part, that head portrait is 90s Superboy. So I'm very appreciative that they got the core concepts in. And believe it or not, even though, let's say this again, where you need the glasses, right? You need the earring, you need the jacket. That's what really makes him 90s Superboy. But the other aspect of this you have to consider is that he wasn't always drawn with those things. Just FYI. Because in the comics, there was a number of instances where the glasses would get broken, or Crypto, the 90s Superdog, would tear the jacket, or the jacket would just get full on burned off. But like I said, the glasses and the jacket make this Superboy. Let's just be honest there. But you can have several looks, like jacket with no glasses, just FYI. Or you can destroy a taxi to save some chick and grab that dude's glasses, just FYI. And then be a total menace to females everywhere. Oh, by the way, he also sported these types of glasses. See, that's where the DC Multiverse line by McFarlane really could have had some fun with a character like this, is that if you had both types of glasses, or just had the head portraits with the glasses sculpted on, maybe you weren't that lucky to have them be removable. Who knows? But these are integral parts and pieces to characters that we know and love. But then I don't know if I really need the red glasses. But I digress. There are lots of integral parts and pieces missing from this Superboy figure, and you're going to have to kind of do it a DIY situation because he only comes with a couple extra hands. That's really it. You also have that Bullet DC logo. That's cool, I guess. But to have all the elements of the costume, that's a plus, at least. Potentially, you could also have him hanging out with Ben Reilly's Spider-Man if you wanted to go the amalgam crossovers. And again, harkening back to the situation of I never will intentionally steer you guys wrong. I get stuff wrong occasionally. Everybody does. But when I say, hey, everybody, on eBay, there's this jacket that would be really cool for Superboy if you're maybe planning on getting this upcoming Page Punchers Superboy, wink, wink. I'm saying that because, yes, this is something you would probably need because we're not going to be getting it elsewhere, like packaged in with the character. Now, I did get mine in the mail, and I'm happy to say that because this is the same body as this upcoming Superboy, yeah, it fits great. It looks great. It's kind of minimal in the articulation when you want to move him around, but I'm looking just for the aesthetics. And yeah, Ambush Bug is definitely doing the Donald Duck thing. But the glasses are going to kind of be another story. I will keep an eye out for situations that you might find useful, of course. It's not always a guarantee, but the prior Superboy, I did get some glasses for him, and that came from a WWE wrestler. So yeah, unfortunately, the Superboy is largely going to be a case of DIY. Or you could just have it to where he doesn't have those things and be happy with it, which a lot of people out there will probably just enjoy that as well. As with all the Page Punchers, you get a comic book, yada yada. Superboy, all packaged up, just a couple hands. It's kind of a bummer, but like I said, at least he looks like Superboy. But then you might want to check out that Mafex Superboy as well. Hey, did I mention that there's going to be a platinum variant for his new 52 look? So more in that red and black ensemble that he had for the newer type comics. You can go that route as well. We don't have any pretty pictures to show, but I'm sure there are a few out there that kind of leaked with the potato foes. So if you do your homework, you might be able to spot them ASAP. So that's going to wrap it up for my quick look at some of the upcoming McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse offerings. Again, the affiliate pre-order links are down in the description below. Go to town, grab them, not grab them. It's totally up to you, and I want to thank you all for being here. Thank you so much for watching, and until the next one, I will leave you guys with that. See you on the 8th.